Villa's day or Palace's day. I think it's just going to be like one of those games you have to just sit tight and watch till the end.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Seem to be lost a bit of audio there, but it's fine. Now, Madrid. I know we've not talked about it, but we've always praised Madrid. Real Madrid, oh yeah, Real Madrid. Champions League is there tough. What happened? What happened with Madrid? What went wrong, bro?
Well, I don't know whether it's the nature of football, the nature of anything. It's things go in cycles, don't they? And we talked about this before. When I saw them playing Arsenal, wasn't it, recently?
Yeah.
I thought they were a shadow of themselves, and that included Jude Bellingham. I was really surprised how kind of uninvolved he was in the team. He seemed to be playing the sort of defensive midfield, which I'm not sure is his best position, because for England, he sort of strides across the team like a colossus. Everything revolves around him. He seems to be attacking midfield, and everything comes through him. He controls the game, which I think is what happened when he first went to Real Madrid a couple of years ago. I mean, he had this record, didn't he? He created a record of scoring in every one of his first 10 or 11 matches, which is phenomenal for a player in a team of that caliber, for him to be doing that. So yeah, I don't underestimate his talent, but I don't know whether there's a downside to the team. I mean, it may be that Ancelotti, the manager, it looks like he may well be departing the club at the end of this season, because there have been, I think it's said they want Xabi Alonso, who used to play for Liverpool, and he's recently done some good stuff for the club he manages, which I can't for the moment remember, but I think he's either got promotion or he's won a cup or he's won that particular league. And perhaps a bit unusually nowadays for an very good footballer, he seems to be making a very good manager. So that seems to be the word on the street, that he's going to get the Real Madrid job. There have been rumours that Jurgen Klopp could get it. He was mentioned in dispatches as well. So that's going to be quite an interesting one. If anything, I think Alonso is more likely to get that. And Ancelotti has also indicated, apparently, that he wouldn't mind a return to the Premier League, I gather. So
Right.
you never know. You never know what's going to happen there. As incidentally, the ex-Tottenham manager, Pochettino, has also indicated he wouldn't mind a return to Tottenham, because I think the club, Tottenham, have now made it clear that Ange Postecoglou will be leaving, even if they win the Europa League. Yeah. So he's obviously had a poor season there, which is a shame. I think he's basically a good guy. He's a good manager. I think he's had a hard time there, certainly with the press sometimes. But yeah, it'd probably do him good to find new pastures, perhaps in this country. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what's happened to Real Madrid, except that it's part of the cycle of football. You know, you can go through bad spells, basically, and even in Spain, where it's a two-club race, really, as we know, and has been for years. Real Madrid will always be up there. They've got great players, a great history, but it was strange to see them so pedestrian in their recent performances.
It was really poor. Jerome, Real Madrid, Arsenal.
Okay. Before the Arsenal match, I think the match before, two matches before, I think we saw them.
Real Madrid, Arsenal.
Okay. Before the Arsenal match, I think the match before, two matches before, I think we saw them concede 3 or 4 goals.
Atletico Madrid.
Oh, was it Atletico? I know. I remember seeing them concede 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, it
You
was against
understand? And
Atletico Madrid. Yeah.
when did they? Yeah, and the first leg against Arsenal, I don't know what formation or what the manager had in mind. They probably just wanted to steal a goal, to stabilize Arsenal, and then go back to the Bernabeu and just seal the whole thing. But it just didn't work out.
Mm.
It just didn't work out, and I really don't know. I think the coach has a lot to do to fix the team.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening, but I think the
Yeah.
coach needs to do a lot to fix the team.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say with Madrid. But
Yeah.
irrespective of that, they've always been a good team. They've got the records. They've got the players. So I just don't know what's happening. Are the players not happy with the coach? Is something happening within the players that is not making them perform? There are lots of questions to be asked. I think we just leave them to sort it out themselves.
Yeah,
I'm sure
definitely.
next season they're going to come out as a different team.
Well, hopefully. I'm sure there's more question and answers there. So we're just going to talk about Burnley and Leeds. Apparently, they are coming up to the Premier League, aren't they?
Yep.
Do you think they're going to make an impact like Nottingham Forest? No?
Probably not. I mean, Burnley, of course, only went down last season, didn't they? So they've bounced straight back with, I think, Scott Parker, I think, is now the manager there.
Yeah.
And of course, Leeds went down a couple of seasons ago and have come back. And I guess in Leeds' case, they've always been a big club and probably have a feeling amongst their fans that they should be in the Premier League, which I kind of share. They always were a big league, Premier League club over the years. So yeah, whether either of them will, do a Forest or a Bournemouth even. Bournemouth over the last 2 seasons have been a revelation as well. When you think they were a team that were sort of renowned for being in the lower divisions. So when they came up, it seemed a bit unreal that Bournemouth, that town of Bournemouth in the Premier League, but they've got a very good side. I mean, there's no question about it. But yeah, Forest are clearly I suppose, the trailblazers. Excuse me. When, as I say, the great thing about football is you never really know how teams coming up will perform, except in the last couple of seasons, the teams that came up this time are going back down again. And the same thing happened last season, which might suggest that the gap, the standard of play, quality of players between the Championship and the Premier League has widened a bit. The Premier League clubs inevitably have more money; they can afford better players, and I think players coming up have a big leap to make. And of course, sometimes a team coming up, they will buy 3, 4, 5, 6 players, probably too many sometimes, and actually throw the baby out with the bathwater, because the team that had the most momentum and the motivation, the togetherness that brought them up, they split it up and therefore expect new individual players to come in and carry on that momentum, which doesn't always happen. So there is a difficult decision for teams, for owners to make when they come up. Do we really change the team to try and get up to the quality of the Premier League, or do we broadly stay with the team, maybe add 1 or 2 here and there? And that's a tough decision to make, especially as I say, so often now teams that come up go straight back down. So on balance, with that in mind, I suspect that Leeds and Burnley won't have any great impact. Their outlook, I suppose, on coming up, their ambition will be not to get relegated, which is not a bad target to have these days. So if they stay up for a second season, well and good. The third team, of course, still got to be decided on coming up.
Yeah.
But they'll remember, Southampton have come up this past season. They're going straight back down, and no doubt great disappointment amongst the fans and the club because they really haven't been up to the Premier League standard. But a year ago they were cock a hoop that they were coming back up to the Premier League. It's a tough division to stay in. It's a tough proposition for any club coming up. So yeah, whether we'll see another Forest, I don't know. And equally, we could find that Forest, on a kind of the following season after a very good season, can really fail a bit, can end up
Absolutely.
very much in the lower half. Now, there's no reason why that should happen, but it often does. That there's an expectation on them next year to maintain what they're doing and not necessarily make it work. So that's going to be another interesting one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a minute. Jerome, any thoughts on Leeds?
Okay, I think I'm going to agree with Trevor on these. And the reason being that is it most of the players that lead this club to the Premiership, you see other Premier club buying them off. And the club needing money, they sell them off and get other players. And that togetherness, that oneness, that motivation, it's not there because it's not the same set of players. So yes, and I think with that, seeing another Nottingham City might not be the case.
Nottingham Forest.
Might not be the case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Nottingham Forest. Sorry.
Yeah.
Might not be the case.
Yeah. Well, this is all we've got time for. You've been listening and watching the Football Referee with myself, Emmy Hikins, and he calls me bruv.
And me, Trevor Gear, and I call him Cuz.
He does call me Cuz, that's true. And our lovely guest, Jerome, all the way from Birmingham. Good to have you, bro. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
My pleasure.
All right, so it's a goodbye from all of us. Thank you, guys.